Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So in this video, we will be discussing about synthetic fiber, the steps involved in making the synthetic fiber, and we will be discussing few of the synthetic fibers, the process, material, uses of these synthetic fibers in our daily life. So the first synthetic fiber that we are going to discuss is nylon. So nylon was first fully processed synthetic fiber and it became popular during Second World War. So here nylon, it is the polymer. What is a polymer? As we all know that to make the natural fiber, we need material like cotton, silk, wool. In the same way, polymer is the material that is used to make the synthetic fiber. So this polymer, it is made from chemicals, and the smaller units of this polymer, they are called as monomers. So monomers are the small units which are chained to make the polymer, and this polymer is used in making the synthetic fiber. So what are the different chemicals used in making the polymer to extract nylon? So the polymer which is used in making the nylon, they are called as polyamides. Polyamides are the polymers which are used in making the nylon fiber. How are these polyamides made? Polyamides are made with the monomer hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. So these two are the chemicals which are used in making the polymer. This polymer is made into nylon fiber. So the solid chips of the polyamides are melted and forced through a heated spinneret which had very tiny holes. So the size of these spinnerets, they vary with the according to the size of the fiber required. So here you can see in this picture, this is the spinneret, machinery consisting of spinneret, and you can see these are the small holes to the spinneret, and this is the fiber, nylon fiber, which is coming through the holes of this spinneret. So the size of these holes of the spinneret can vary according to the need of the size of the nylon fiber. Now we'll see the characteristics of nylon fiber. Nylon is very strong fiber. It is very strong. It is elastic in nature. It is light in weight and lustrous. Lustrous is it is shiny in nature, easy to wash, and it does not absorb water and dry fast. So these are the characteristics of nylon. You can see a synthetic fiber nylon have many advantages. They are elastic, light in weight, lustrous, easy to wash, does not absorb water, and they can even dry fast. But one of the disadvantage is it easily catches fire. As nylon is made from chemicals, they can easily catch fire. So you have to be very careful when you are using this nylon fabric. That means when we are cooking and welding or using heavy machinery, it is better not to wear the nylon clothes as this fabric easily catches the fire. And then we'll see uses. So nylon fabric or nylon fiber is used in making toothbrush bristles, ropes, fishing nets, tents, clothes, socks, seat belts. So now you can see natural fiber where we can be used only for clothing, but you can see here the synthetic fiber has a wide range of uses. All the commodities or all the things that we use in our daily life are made from the synthetic fiber. So you can see toothbrush bristles, ropes, fishing nets, tents, clothes, socks, seat belts. These are all made from the nylon fiber. Now we'll discuss about the next synthetic fiber, that is rayon. Rayon. So rayon is also called as artificial silk. That means rayon is very much similar to the silk, but it is a synthetic fiber. That means this artificial silk is not made from the silkworm, but it is made from the chemicals. So the first commercial production of artificial silk was achieved in USA in 1911. The rayon was named in the year 1924, and the rayon factory was first established in India in 1946. How is rayon made? So here the main material for making of rayon is cellulose. The sticky substance that we get from plants, it is called as cellulose. So the cellulose extracted from wood pulp and bamboo pulp is the main material for making rayon. To the cellulose, sodium hydroxide and carbon disulfide is added. So we get the viscous substance, sticky substance. Now here is a question. Cellulose, generally we are getting it from plants. So rayon must be a natural fiber. But why are we calling rayon an artificial fiber? Because if you carefully see the process, though cellulose we get from the plants, but to this cellulose, chemicals are added like sodium hydroxide and carbon disulfide. So as chemicals are used in the process of making rayon, rayon is a artificial fiber. After getting the viscous substance, it is passed through spinneret and the fiber is passed into dilute sulfuric acid to soften the fiber. That is rayon fiber. What are the uses of rayon fiber? Sanitary products, diapers, bandages, clothes, bed sheets and carpets. These are all made from the rayon fiber. Now we will discuss about the next synthetic fiber, that is acrylic. So acrylic is called as fake fur, or it is also called artificial wool. So in order to get the wool, it is a very long process and we have to get the wool from the animals, and that wool may not be sufficient for the increasing population. So now you can see the invention of acrylic has overcome the difficulty of getting the wool. So here acrylic is called as fake fur, or it is also called as artificial wool, which can keep our body warm. So it became commercially available in 1941. So the polymer which is used in making acrylic is acrylonitrile polymer. Acrylonitrile is the polymer which is used in making the acrylic. So how is this acrylonitrile polymer made? What are the monomers? That is acetylene and hydrogen cyanide. So the reaction between acetylene and hydrogen cyanide gives the acrylonitrile, which is the polymer from which the acrylic fiber is made. Previously it was made from coal, air, water, oil and limestone, and nowadays chemicals are used in making the acrylic. So then after getting the polymer from the reaction between the acetylene and hydrogen cyanide, the polymer is then taken for dry spinning or wet spinning. So what is the difference between dry spinning and wet spinning? So in the dry spinning, the dissolved fiber is extruded or is forced into warm air, and then the fiber solidifies by evaporation. That means the polymer is forced into dry air and then it is evaporated. The fiber is evaporated. Solidifies by evaporation. Whereas in wet spinning, the polymer is dissolved in the liquid and then forced into bath and dried out. So here you can see the difference. in the dry spinning, the polymer is not dissolved in the liquid but it is forced into warm air. Whereas in wet spinning, the polymer is first dissolved and then it is forced and then dried out. And if you see the uses of acrylic, it is used for knitted apparels, that is knitting, for the purpose of knitting sweaters or socks, sportswear, carpets and also vehicle covers. Now here is a picture which help us to understand the dry spinning and wet spinning. So here you can see, as in dry spinning, what we have just discussed, that the polymer is forced into air, warm air, hot air, and then it is passed into liquid and then it is dried out. Whereas in wet spinning, you can see the polymer is first passed into the liquid and then it is dried out. So this is the difference between wet spinning and dry spinning. So here, to get the acrylic, the polymer that is obtained from the reaction between acetylene and hydrocyanide is then taken for dry spinning or wet spinning. So in this way, nylon, rayon and acrylic, they are used in our daily life for many things, so that our life and also our activities become very comfortable. Thank you.